everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, The Moment Quirky Melted a Long Day. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. The day began like many others. Too early, too fast, and already heavy before it truly started. Morning light slipped through the curtains, pale and quiet, while the alarm clock rang with a confidence I did not feel. Outside, the city was already awake, moving with purpose, unaware of how tired I felt before my feet even touched the floor. Work filled the hours with endless tasks, meetings stacked on top of one another, messages that needed answers, and problems that never seemed to shrink no matter how much effort I poured into them. Time moved strangely that day. Minutes felt like hours, and hours stretched like long roads without signs. By late afternoon, my shoulders ached, my thoughts felt tangled, and even small noises felt louder than they should have. All I wanted was silence, or maybe rest, or maybe something I could not clearly name. When I finally opened the door to my home, the sky was already turning soft shades of orange and gray. The air felt cooler, calmer. I stepped inside, dropped my bag by the door, and let out a long breath I did not realize I had been holding all day. And then there was Quirky. He was sitting exactly where he always waited, right near the entrance, tail curled around his paws as if he had been patiently holding that position for hours. The moment the door clicked shut, his ears lifted, his eyes widened, and then his entire body moved at once. Quirky did not bark. He never needed to. His happiness was louder than sound. His tail wagged so hard that his whole body wobbled, as if joy itself was too big to stay in one place. He trotted toward me with short, quick steps, slipped slightly on the floor, corrected himself, and finally reached my feet. He looked up at me with that familiar expression, pure excitement mixed with complete trust, as if my return was the most important event of the entire day. I knelt down without thinking. Quirky leaned forward and gently pressed his forehead against my knee, a quiet greeting, warm and real. In that simple moment, the noise of the day softened. The tension in my chest loosened just a little. Quirky did not know how long my day had been. He did not know what went wrong or what went unfinished. But he knew one thing with absolute certainty. I was home. And that was enough. The evening unfolded slowly, guided not by clocks or schedules, but by Quirky's gentle rhythm. He followed me from room to room, not because he needed anything, but because he wanted to be near. When I poured water into a glass, he watched carefully, head tilted, as if the process itself was fascinating. When I sat on the couch, he climbed up beside me and curled into a small, warm circle. Quirky had a habit of sighing deeply when he settled down, a long, dramatic breath that seemed to say, "This is perfect. Let us stay like this." That sigh alone was enough to make me smile. Later, as I prepared dinner, Quirky positioned himself on the kitchen floor, carefully choosing a spot where he could see everything but stay out of the way. Every so often, he would glance up at me, checking in, making sure I was still there. Our eyes met more than once, and each time, he wagged his tail softly, just enough to remind me that I was not alone. After dinner, we went for our usual short walk. The streetlights flickered on one by one, and the world felt quieter than it had during the day. Quirky walked beside me, stopping occasionally to sniff the ground with great seriousness, as if each scent told an important story. He did not rush. He did not pull on the leash. He simply walked, fully present in each step. Watching him, I realized how different his sense of time was from mine. He did not measure the walk by distance or duration. He measured it by moments, interesting smells, passing sounds, the feeling of cool air on his fur. To him, this walk was not a routine. It was an experience. When we returned home, Quirky grabbed his favorite toy, a slightly worn plush animal with one ear missing, and placed it carefully at my feet. He did not demand play. He offered it, eyes bright, tail still. It was an invitation, not an obligation. I picked it up and gently tossed it across the room. Quirky ran after it with a burst of energy that seemed impossible just minutes earlier. He returned proudly, toy in mouth, eyes shining as if he had accomplished something great. We repeated this simple game again and again, laughter slowly replacing the weight I had carried all day. By the time we finally sat down together again, my long day felt distant. Not gone, but softened, transformed. Quirky rested his head on my lap, his breathing slow and steady. I stroked his fur, feeling the warmth beneath my hand. In that quiet moment, I understood something important. Healing does not always arrive in grand gestures. Sometimes, it arrives in small, ordinary moments shared with someone who loves you without condition. Quirky never tried to fix my long day. He did not ask questions or offer solutions. Instead, he simply was. And in being fully present, he reminded me of something deeply valuable about life today. In our modern world, we are constantly rushing, chasing goals, answering messages, worrying about tomorrow. We often forget to pause, to notice the warmth of a quiet evening or the comfort of a familiar presence. Quirky teaches us that slowing down is not a weakness, it is a gift. By paying attention to small moments, like a walk without hurry or a shared silence, we can gently restore ourselves. Our relationship also reflects the beauty of mutual care between humans and animals. I provide Quirky with food, shelter, and safety. In return, he gives me emotional support, loyalty, and an honest form of love that asks for nothing extra. This balance reminds us that animals are not just companions, they are partners in emotional well-being. From Quirky, we can learn to greet each day and each person with openness, to find joy in simple routines, to love without conditions. If we apply these lessons in our daily lives, we can build a kinder, more compassionate world, one where humans and animals grow together, heal together, and make even the longest days feel lighter.